Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio. So today we're going to make something that you probably have almost everything on hand to make, especially if you have, crafting stuff just laying around. But it is, well, mine's called a wandering jar, but a motivation jar, a piggy bank, a savings jar, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and make one of these because it's going to go along with the theme of last week and this board. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain everything that you need and what we're going to do and why. Hi everyone, today I want to share a little side project with you that I'm going to hopefully help stay on track with my New Year's resolution. As you've seen last week, I did the motivation board. So this week I am going to do a jar, and this is what I'm going to be calling it, a wandering jar. So one of the issues that I have is I'll have too much on my mind, I'll get distracted, or just not concentrating. So in this jar, I'm going to decorate it, make it really cool and everything. But I'm going to have slips of paper in here that is going to be little mini exercises. You can do stuff like this with your kids. So a fun project would be making a chore jar. And instead of having a list, they can go in and draw a chore. That sort of thing. I think that would be fun. Making the chore list kind of I don't know, something interesting to look forward to, I guess. But there's a lot of little things that you can do with one of these. A money jar, so a swear jar, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get this decorated. I have a whole bunch of stuff down here. I have all my scrapbooking supplies. So some different kinds of tapes, stickers. I'll be using the Cricut, that sort of thing, and some fancy paper and stuff. And I'm going to be using these to cut the paper. And I'll show you what this is all about as well. So let's go ahead and get making my wandering jar. So I just have a small coffee jug. You can use, of course, whatever plastic or glass jug that you want. This, I'll be cutting the inside of it out. You can cut a slot in if you're going to be using it to collect coins, whatever you want. This has all been washed up and dried and everything, so it's ready to go. So the idea behind this is when I start feeling distracted, I can wander over to my jar, draw something out, which will be little exercises, as you can see here and here, stuff like that. So just little stuff that I can do here and there, like 15 calf raises, something to occupy my body, get my body moving, because that is one of my goals, is more movement. But something that's easy enough for me to do. I've had like 5 knee surgeries, shoulder surgeries, you name it. So nothing too intense, but do this, refocus my mind, and get back to work. So if you wanted to do a wandering jar to help put in more movement during the day, this is something that you could do, and you just put in the exercises or mini exercises that you can do. So first thing I'm going to start off with is a piece of paper, and I'm going to go ahead and measure this out. And I want it to sit in between the 2 ridges. So I have 3 3/4 of an inch. Let's pick out a piece of paper. Alright, so the diameter of my circle is approximately 4 inches. So the circumference is about 12.5 inches. And my paper is only 12. So I think I'm going to use this one where it's a bunch of little blocks. Because, yeah, slip it in there, and not quite, missing that 1/2 inch. So, I like this, good times, and I can add stuff up here and then accessorize it with this and a little bit of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out. Now for now, okay, so for now I'm just going to cut these in half, and then I will cut them down to size, because I want this part here, but I want my trees to, you know, turn. So. And I like this Fisker cutter because it has a wire in here where it gives you a nice guideline, so you don't have to go off of measurements. You can go wherever that wire is placed. But now I'm going to go off of measurements for this. So there's my 3 3/4. Now that should fit perfectly right in there. Sweet. Now as far as the trees, because I do go both ways, let's see. No, I think I like the little trees. Or we'll just do both. So we'll just cut it off here. And then do 3 3/4 there. Alright, so all I'm using is just glue stick. Start off with this one here. Overlap it, I think like that. Yeah. So I opted for the plastic jug instead of a glass jar. I mean, you can do it with both, but I opted for the plastic because of the studio. If it gets, you know, moved somewhere, knocked over, something like that, I don't want broken glass down here kind of thing. That'd be really bad. So this, if I accidentally knock it over because I'm, you know, working on a big project or something, it's not going to be shattered all over my floor. And I'm thinking like that, but I want to use this. So these here have different styles. Shows right there. And then this one is like, which we'll go ahead and use that one. So you just pull them apart like that. Now you have that and that. And then you just put on the new one and just get them in there like that. And there you have it. Now these do not work on fabric, but they will work on paper pretty good. And then it takes a little bit of practice, but you just get it lined up. And you just line it up where the pattern is last cut and just continue. like that. And then you have a nice little scalloped edge on that one. They're not the greatest little scissors in the world, but they are fun. So I've had these ones for years, but they still make them, and it actually comes with more. So I'll leave a link for those in the description if you want to pick up a pair. Like I said, this would be a fun project for the kids. I mean, especially during winter time. Do a little note jar or, you know, little time capsule, that sort of thing. Something fun for the winter. Keep them occupied. That sort of thing. And it's also great for us because, like I said, this one's going to be something to keep me motivated for my resolutions. Keep me focused down here, to keep me moving, you know, different stuff like that. Alright. So, now we can just decorate it however we want. Have tons of different little tapes and whatnot. I'm going to do this one here. So like I said, I have stamps that I can throw on this thing and, you know, different stuff like that. So, I mean, that one would be good. It's a perfect day. Why not? Kitty, hi. Come here. Hi. Does that belong to you now? Is that yours? Come here. Come here. I know. Hi, baby. Hey. Talk about distractions, right? The fuzzy types. I like these distractions. Alright, so anyways, like I said, decorate it how you want. I'm going to go ahead and Cricut some lettering to go across here. Okay, I did find this little paper star. I'm going to put that right over top of the seam. There you have it. I cut these out in little sections because I'm going to place them on differently, kind of thing. And then this thing I am going to work around. So cut this out. Alright. So this all I'm doing is a series of cuts in between the lettering, almost to the halfway point, but not quite. I'm going to do it down the same way, leaving about 1/8 of an inch in between the two cuts. That way I can twist and pull it however I want. So, the idea is to turn it like that. Now I have some wild lettering going on. So like that. So that worked out pretty cool. Gave me some crazy lettering going on. So I did get this really interesting cat. It's not really a sticker, it's a piece of plastic, but it matches baby girl. So I'm going to put it like right there. And as far as the lid, if you are letting the kids build this, let them decorate it, but of course you cut the lid out. I mean, you can do a slot. I am cutting the whole thing out, so that is why I have a cutting mat. You don't have to have a lid, or I don't for this sort of thing. But I want the finished ring. There. And if I want to, I can add some more decorations to it and whatnot. Yeah. I like it. And then I'm just going to cut these out and put them in there. So as far as the exercises, I just used Chatbot and said, hey, this is what I want to make or have. A whole bunch of mini exercises for this reason. You know, and I want to concentrate on, you know, specific areas, like my neck is one of them because I do sew and stuff like this. I really need to, you know, stretch out my neck and make sure it stays healthy and stuff like that. And I put in my limitations, like nothing on the ground. I cannot get on my knees and do anything like that because of the knee surgeries. It's quite painful to be on my knees at all. So instead of like calf raises, chair squats, torso twist, you know, stuff like that. Anyways, and I had the chatbot come up with some. I added some on my own, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, there you go. Oh, I still have. That's funny. Okay, so I gotta get all these out. Playing with the kid. Anyways, so the idea is if I can't concentrate or if I find myself wandering around or leaving here and going to go get a snack, you know, something like that, then instead I'm going to walk over, because I'm going to have this over by my door, grab one out and go, okay, instead I'm going to do 10 standing side leg lifts each leg. Sweet. And then get back to work. So yeah. Here's another look at the scissors. So say something like that. That. Overlap it. There we go. I have a cool funky little corner thing going on here. Get some glue on it. There we go. Just add some little details or whatever. Like I said, make it your own. And there you have it. A cute little project, easy to do, something great for the kids for, you know, the cold winter months and stuff like that. It can be adapted to almost anything that you want or need help with, you know, some kind of motivation or savings or something like that. So cute little jar. I'm going to be leaving it right up here, you know, to the doors that leave my studio. That way if I do find myself wandering around, I'll do a little bit of exercise instead, which will help. So, and as you can see, this has grown. I have a chalkboard up here now, and I did get this for Christmas. Absolutely love it, so it's stuck up here. So yeah, a little bit more to my studio board, I guess, my wall. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope you found this fun. I hope you do work on your own little jars. If you are going to make your own little jar, let me know in the comments. What is your theme? What are you going to make it for? Is it going to be a vacation for this summer? Is it going to be, you know, a new outfit? Is it going to be little exercises like me? Something to stay motivated and keep you going? I mean, what would you make your jar for? So links for some of the stuff that I've used is in the description and the pinned comment. Go ahead and check those out. If you do use the links, they are Amazon links, and it won't cost you any more money, but Amazon does give me a little kickback for promoting their items. I will never promote something that I don't use myself. And like the scissors, they are a little bit awkward, but they do work. I will tell you about it. Some of the stuff there won't be links for it because I've had a lot of this stuff for years because I did scrapbooking for a while. But what I can find the links for, I will have those in the description. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Stay creative.